Alright, so here we are back to my Insta360 1R. This is an older camera. They already, I'm guessing, discontinued the Insta360 1 series because they went to the 1RS, and then that's the last Insta360 modular camera that I saw, and then they jumped to the holy crap, what's that, Ace. They went to the E360 Ace and Ace Pro, which is just a single lens camera, and then so they have the single lens camera, and then they have their 360 camera that it's like their flagship camera now, which is up to the X5 Pro, so that's their 360 camera, and then this 1R, 1RS, and everything like that. They just kind of discontinued the modular camera setup, which I'm kind of upset that they did, because they had the you could just upgrade the back and use your 1R lenses and get the 1RS pack and cases when you upgrade it, and then you could just gradually upgrade the lenses to the 1RS style lenses, but the lenses are all pretty much the same. So they went up to the 1-inch lens, and it was kind of hard because everybody would just upgrade as one full package, and so now they realized that the X and whatever. But I like this because now I have two cameras in one, so I don't have to carry around two cameras all the time. Now I can just carry around this and do it all, even though I have 30 different cameras. I have GoPros. This is the Hero 7. I have a 5, a 6, and a 7, a 9 with a modification package on it. I used to have 3 9s. Don't know why. I have 4 Hero 4s. 2 of them are basic, just Hero 4 blacks, and one Hero 4 black, 1 Hero 4 silver, and 2 Hero 4 blacks with the modification packages on them. I have this Insta360. I have a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera and a Blackmagic Micro Cinema camera. I bought Canon 50D, EOS R 50D or whatever, and then my buddy, one of my best friends, he just gave me a Canon Rebel T6S or T6SI or something like that. I think it's the T6I. Don't get me wrong. I have to look at it. I think it's here in the back of the car right now. So I have a ton of cameras, and I've been trying to vlog, and I've been trying to YouTube stuff, and I've been trying to find good ways to do all this. And the other day I had a setup here in my car with the GoPro facing back and then this one facing forward, and now I found a little setup here that kind of stabilizes the GoPro to the car. Hopefully it's pretty good. Now this is shooting at 5.7K, so I can get good clarity and stuff, but I should have done this in HDR, but I didn't. Anyways, because it should be out and here, so it gets everything, but whatever. Well, let me just try to force this over to HDR and then finish talking to you guys. Alright, now this is HDR. So I cut it and I changed over to this one. I stopped the recording. Now I didn't check if this was all everything was on auto, which I should have done, which maybe I should just pull over and do that real quick so I can get the proper exposure and good settings, because I'm going to try to pivot these together and do things a certain way. I'll probably have to render both videos out and then combine them and re-render it, but again, that's just the luck of the draw when you're trying to fill things out, right? And I just want to mention that Chris Meets Chris and Luis Hermosa, I think is his name, are the 2 channels that I've been following a lot. And it's crazy because this is something that I've been trying to do forever, and I am not in the filmmaker creator community as well as they are, and I don't mean that the way I mean that is, I think these guys, from what I catch from watching them so much, started their creator journey as photographers or videographers, or they had other things that they were already in the space of filmmaking and creating content. and then they started their YouTube, had their YouTube for a while or whatever. But they already had some of the ins and outs, and so they knew about ISOs and film look and trying to be some cinematic. Whereas I just bought a camera and I was like, what's the best way? What are the best settings for this when I go out? What's I really want to point and shoot. And you talk to people who are in the filmmaking community. Well, they're like, okay, well, this is that, and that is that, and this is that, and I'm like, how do I set up a scene? How do I script this? What do I do here? What do I do there? Why isn't this properly working for me? All the excuses to just not do it. And I have all these cameras that I'm like, oh, this is going to be easier. And then everybody's like, oh, well, set your shutter speed here, do your ISO there, make sure you're filtering these and these. And I'm like, I kind of just want, something that I did see with the Insta360 that I really loved about it, because I do have two other 360 cameras that's really hard to do on. But with the Insta360s, it's about, you can do the dual faces or whatever. You can kind of do a picture-in-picture. So it'll take this of me talking, and I can be like, all right, cool, this is me. And then I can have the other camera up here facing the street, and it's going to get that, and then I can do a picture-in-picture, a side-by-side or whatever, so you can see it all. And that's the one thing that I do love about the 360 cameras, and makes things, a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit more interesting. So, but let me press pause again and make sure all my settings are where I want them to be. So, all right, so there's nothing I can change on that. I can adjust the white balance and stuff, but I'd rather have that all on full auto anyways. So in the HDR mode, high dynamic range, again, I don't know anything about color grading, so I'm not really here to mess with any of that at the moment. I just want to capture and upload, make a little edits for what I want to see, because it's kind of like a talking head video, but I also want everything around me captured. So boom, well, I want to do that. Now magic mask will be pretty good, because then I could be talking like this and have everything blurred out behind me, green screen out behind me basically, and then you can see me as I'm driving through everything basically. Don't know why I think that's cool, but I think that'd be pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, DaVinci Resolve and all that other stuff is kind of crazy, but CapCut will let you green screen and magic mask some things out. There's also some other iPhone and not just iPhone, other iPhone, Apple, Samsung apps for the Galaxy series, for the iPad. I just got a bunch of stuff going on, so I can just do pretty much, make it work whenever I want. See what I want to make it work. And my buddy Jared just also gave me a bunch of stuff anyways too, that I can transfer over and see if I can get that stuff working as well. So we can see where it goes, how it goes, what it's doing, how it's working, whatever, whatnot. He gave me a couple phones, so maybe if I can get them up and running, I can put some of the apps on those phones, and we can multicam it out, or I can use those other phones to edit with if they have faster editing and whatnot with that. So it's all kind of just, let me see where I go from here and how I go from there, right? Like, let's get it. I got 3 minutes on my first video, 3 minutes on the second video, and I'll probably have 2 to 3 minutes on this video, maybe. And I don't think I will cut anything out unless it's dead noise. But I just want to see how I can edit it all together. I think it's pretty freaking cool. And I think I'm going to do it on the iPad, because I have a lot of space on the iPad. And it's an M1. It's an original M1. Or no. It is the A17 chip. I don't know. It's an iPad Pro. I think it's the original iPad Pro. So it's not the M1 chip. I don't think. But we'll just have to see where that goes once I get inside and start editing. But yes, I think I'm gonna do it on there. I could do it on my phone, but it takes up a lot of space that I don't really like it taking up, and I can do it somewhere else on my iPhone as well, and that just takes up a lot of space too. And I'm just kind of like, you know what? That iPad's not getting as much use as I thought it should, and I can just auto upload from the iPad, and I won't have to worry about putting it on the computer or anything. So, but I do like the insta360 software for 3D editing too, and it is free as well. So, but I just have to get on the computer and get out of the way of that. So, I don't know. But I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Yeah.